Okay, so hello. Been a while without a video, so I thought, hey, let's watch a crappy film and do a crappy review. So that's what I'm doing right now. A crappy review of a crappy film, The Great Wall with Matt Damon. The best I have to say about this movie is that it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I thought, well, no, not true. It was as bad, but not as dumb. And for the only reason, well, first, let's go through the movie. It's an hour and 44 minutes. So, um, first act, we have Matt Damon and his, I don't know why the fuck he's in all the movies now. The guy who did the bad guy in Wonder Woman. God damn. Anyway, him. He was in Game of Thrones. I guess a few years back, seemed and he's a good actor. I don't have anything about him wrong with him, or I don't have. He's a good. Why? Why? Sorry, I'll be back. Sorry, Pedro Pascal, of course. Why was the only good part in Wonder Woman 84? Horrible. What? If you want to watch, just shut your brain. No, don't watch The Great Wall. It doesn't have anything good, and it has only a few bad things. It's not like we say in the language of the movies. It's not bad enough to so bad you can laugh. So bad it's funny. Wonder Woman 84 is for sure, 100% sure, so bad it's fucking funny as hell. So if you want to watch Pedro Pascal in something, I mean, go watch Wonder Woman 84. Because Great Wall is as stern and neutral and watery, and I'm just trying to describe words that are that don't taste anything. Like water. Water is great. It keeps you alive. It keeps you on your feet. But you know, it's not a good red wine with flavor and centuries of knowledge to give it fruit, and to the labor to give it fruition, and the skill and the mastery and the knowledge behind it. It's just water. It's pure, it's drinkable. It will, if you don't drink it, you're dead. So, like your brain, you have to stimulate it with something because you'll be brain dead. So, this movie, The Great Wall, won't get you brain dead, but it will just the first 30 minutes will stimulate some part of it. Like, I just wanted to watch an okay action movie. When I pressed play 2 hours before this, I just said I want to watch an action movie, a generic, and I was like, this is a epic, legendary studios. If you don't know who they are, they made the Nolan trilogy. They worked with Christopher Nolan. They made Inception. They made a lot of the big blockbuster pictures from the U.S. The I think the Godzilla franchise is also legendary. So you see what types of movie they do. So, and when I say cross that with a big China, of course, the film, I mean, like 20% of it, it's subtitled in Chinese. So, like I said, I was afraid, like when it began, I was like, oh my god, it's gonna be like 75% Chinese and 25% English. and it was the opposite. So it means the U.S. put up more money than the Chinese did, but I mean, who can say? Who knows? Whatever. It's a big. It's a big. It makes sense. Like when if you're, it's a market to market, paid to market budgeted movie. It's nothing else. It's keys in front of a baby. It's nothing else. It's a cheeseburger to the regular guy. It's appealing. It's cheap, but it will do its job of what it promises you. It was an action film with, in China, a big budget film, I suppose, even if it looks like shit, made by a big Chinese director with big American lead. And I don't know how big the Chinese lead is, but I assume I know only the second in command actor, the general, the master strategist, who is in a lot of good Zhang Yimou movies. And so I was like, well, the general must be even higher in the food chain of actors in China. I don't know. I don't fucking know. All I can say is, like, for Matt Damon, it's a paycheck gig. It's like none. He tried to do an accent, and I was laughing all the movies. Like, and I was like in my head, because he begins with a big beard and he had a rough accent and blah blah blah. Blah. And I said, as soon as he shaves his beard, he's gonna lose the accent, and I was right. I don't know. I don't know if it's all my years of grinding D&D for really hard and creating characters and worlds and stories and things like that. But it's just, come on, guys. I'm sure if you watch this, you know as well as me. So he's it's Matt Damon. I mean, why? He's a perfect archer. And my God, can this be true? After all these fucking years of Mary Sue's, we have our Gary Stu in Matt Damon. He has no flaw. He doesn't get hurt at all in the movie, except a little bit when his friend uh, leave him for dead. But he's all right. He doesn't have any handicap, or he doesn't seem hurt or in pain or whatever. So he doesn't have anything. And a fucking, okay. So it's the Great Wall. There are a lot of dynasties of different warrior tribes that defend the Great Wall with different skill sets, and for every 60 years, an army of millions of monsters, of green monsters that apparently you can shoot everywhere, that doesn't kill them, even with a sword in the fucking throat. That doesn't kill them. In an arrow in the eye, done, dead, good job, go home. It's like, why in the eyes? And we learn after that their receptors. It's like Starship Troop. I got it. This movie is the Starship Troopers made in China. So instead of guns, it's swords or bows. It's the same fucking thing. Bring Chinese people in Starship Troopers meets Independence Day. You have the Great Wall with Matt Damon as the lead. So Matt Damon is the best archer in the world. What is his arc? He has none. He's a good guy at the beginning, and he's a good guy at the end. And because of him, they win. And of course, he is the only Occidental that they trust with black powder, which they didn't do for anyone else. So this doesn't make any sense. They say, we cannot and they completely waste. And if you say, "Oh my God, there's Willem Dafoe," why are you not talking about Willem Dafoe? It doesn't deserve. Look again, like in Aquaman, a paycheck for Willem Dafoe, and I don't blame him. If I'm Willem Dafoe and I continue to make good little projects, but I need to pay bills, I'm gonna do the fucking Great Wall. So thunder light me, God. Of course, you're gonna do it, of course. So I don't blame Willem Dafoe. He plays a coward, which I don't know why they've been. Uh, um, I don't know why he's been. I mean, he's a scoundrel. Like he's been hanging around teaching English to the Chinese for 25 years. Why the Chinese want to learn English, I have no clue. Because they know that every 60 years, an army of billion and billions of green monsters are going to attack them. And every time they're more and more intelligent. That's the only thing I liked that surprised me about it. Like, was the every time they say, "Oh my God, they're more intelligent than we thought, and they're more intelligent, and this and that, and blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, intelligent. I mean, if you're talking about that they can receive orders from their commander or their queen. By the way, the queen looks like shit, and all the monsters look like shit. The CGI is atrocious. So what was the point? And what I mean, 20 years after Lord of the Rings, you bring me an army of monsters that looks like that? No, no, I don't buy it. It's it's unforgivable. Just don't do the movie, or like why is there not. I mean, they say at the beginning it's a legend of the Great Wall. And I mean, I thought about it and I say, why are they monsters with green blood? To keep it PG-13. Because if you can cut arms and cut heads and cut, and at the time they cut everybody in half and green blood is spilling, and first thing is the movie is Matt Damon cutting a motherfucker in four, and he brings the arm to the Great Wall. And I said, oh yeah, to keep it from being R, because if there were human enemies, it would be rated R, because you would be cutting and piercing, and it would be like a war movie, which would be great and would make more sense if either of cut a little bit of the CGI and make it a political army of real men trying to invade the Great Wall. I don't care which American actor you put it, Matt Damon, whoever the fuck, way better, like 100 times better. By this, they're just shooting. I mean, the CGI is like PS2 level. It's like ridiculous. It is ridiculous. So I've wasted enough of your precious time for this fucking movie. So my recommendation to you is it's a 3 out of 10. Uh, Not deserving to be watched, or to be enjoyed, or to anything. If you're really curious or want to laugh, it's not atrociously long like the movies we have now, like fucking Zack Snyder bullshit, 2.5, 4 hours, whatever shit. So, if you have absolutely nothing else to do and you want to see Matt Damon shooting arrows, well, by all means, go for it. But me, my review is done. This film was fucking putrid. So, yeah, I don't see the point of making this film. I mean, the only point is making money, and it was transparent the whole film. Only Pedro Pascal tried to give a performance, but there's nothing to work with, so what's the point? Thanks for watching. Take care, guys, and I hope you watch something else.